Okay, a quick little video about the particle replacer. I have a series of objects here, and okay, let's just get them sort of spread out. All right, and we'll just mix up the coloring there, and so that we have a nice variety of stuff to look at. Okay, so do one blue guy. We should have no. Okay, that's all right. So this guy will also be blue. All right, so there we go. So now we have a variety of shapes with a variety of colors, and we're just going to emit them out of one emitter. So I have my circle here, which I've called the E circle, and I'm just going to do a emit from object and make it a curve and give it a few. Take down the rate a little bit to start with, and hit apply, close. Okay, so now I hit play, and graphics card gets unhappy, but I have a few particles out there. All right, so if I pop to wireframe, there's our particles. Okay, so good. Next, we're going to use the particle replacer. So I'm going to select my objects. Oops. And not the particles, put them all back to the 0 point. So if I'm doing this in a shot, I have to make sure my camera is not seeing that 0 point, because they're going to have to hang out there at all times. Okay, let's get the color back on. And I'm in particles, instancer replacement, and okay, test color. Or okay, color instance, or even that is too confusing. Instance node. I want you to be able to spot where this is in a few minutes. Okay, so here's my geometry, and it's connected to particle shape 1. All right, so if I had two sets of particles in there, I'd have to make sure I connected it to the right one. All right, so hit apply, close, and so there we see it has the first geometry on there. Let's hit rewind and play. Okay, good. All right, so now I want to randomly use these 6 brilliant models that I've done and emit them out of this one emitter. So to do that, it's a little tricky. And again, that's why I need to make a video on it. Okay, so we're just going to go and do attribute editor. And okay, so let's see. Now there's always you leave it at points when you're doing this, and you get a hardware error because it's saying, hey, software can't render these points, and you don't care about that. All right, so I'm just going to pop all the way down here to General, and I'm going to click on General. Brings up the Add Attribute for particle shape 1. I go to Particle, and I'm going to add a user scalar PP, and I'll just do the first one. You have 5 of those that you can add. So I go OK, and that just pops it down here. So we're going to come back to that in a moment. So that's in the per particle array attributes. Okay, so then up here under the instancer, okay, so I'm still in the particle shape 1. I go to, let's see, instancer node, no, blah, 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 blah. And let's see, good. And okay, cycle options is off. All right, so now I pop over to my hypergraph. So I need that to be turned on. So I'm going to pop over here. So this is the instant node. So as you see, this has all that stuff when I set it up. So I'm going to change the cycle to sequential. Okay, and so now that should turn it on over here. So now I have options. Okay, and one option, so I have age, birth time, blah, blah, blah. So we can have the particles being, the instances being gone through based off their birth time or how old they are. So at a certain age, you could swap in geometries. And so we're going to put the user scalar 1pp. Right now there's nothing in there. It's just a title with nothing, no code. We're going to put the code in a moment. And so we're going to do the age to that as well. Okay, so popping back down to the user scalar 1pp, I'm going to right mouse button and go to creation expression. Now I'm going to copy and paste this. Okay, so mainly just so I don't make any typos. And okay, so I'm going to use the random command, and so and I'm just going to use a random number between 0 and 0. Let's see, I have 6 of these guys, so 5. Close brackets and semicolon. Righto, and create. And close. Okay, so now it says expression there, and so that has that all linked up. So now it's going to run that expression up here for the start cycle. All right, and so it's going to do that at the creation of the particles. So let's recreate these guys. So I rewind back to 1, and I hit play, and so now, as you see, the different objects are being emitted out of that emitter. Okay, so hope that helps. Have fun.